Yeah, man, this is part two. Yeah, look at an amazing movie. Yeah, man. Those actors already know what I'm talking. Yeah, we know what you're talking about. Yes, you know how tough my movie will be. Obviously, you know how. Yeah, we know how good your Zane's will be. Yes, you can see the future. You look at a masterpiece that I wrote. Obviously, you're looking at the best movie shows ever made. Yeah, yeah. Even my wife be like, "Yeah, I've read your book. I can't see any movie trilogy topping this trilogy." Yeah, man. Even The Godfather can't top Last of Us Zanus. Godfather is an amazing story. Even that movie trilogy can't top Last of Us Zanus. Lord of the Rings can't even top Last of Us Zanus if it's done right. Obviously, if it's not done right, Lord of the Rings will be better than Zanus. If it's not done right, and you don't, you're not, and you're not careful, Lord of the Rings could even top Zanus if it's not done right. See what I'm saying? Because Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece. But even then, I can't. If I act in it, I can't see Zane, even Lord of the Rings topping Zane's. Because if I act in it, it's going to make the story more powerful. Have Eric to tell himself, I can't see Lord of the Rings topping that. Because you have the unheard technology, the horror, the action sequences, world. I can't see what Lord of the Rings topping Zane's. Obviously, even Peter Jackson would be like, yeah, Ivan. He'd be like, yeah, Ivan. If you put unheard amount into it, and you just all you have to do is just follow the story. Add in like 25% of scenes, obviously, and you act in the movie and have everything be done so it'll be better than my movie. Yeah, you follow the story, it'll be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Obviously, and you have Eric Bledel himself put unheard amount of money towards it. You're looking at something better than Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings. Trust me, I wouldn't be this cocky, guys, if my book wasn't this good, man. I gave you guys an in-depth study of my book. I think you guys now know why my story is better than J.R.R. Tolkien's story. Yeah, man, I wouldn't be this cocky. Trust me, if my book was worse than Lord of the Rings, I would tell you it was worse than Lord of the Rings. But I read my book and I read Lord of the Rings. It's a more interesting book than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has better world building, better speech, better dialogue, more rich dialogue, and all that stuff. But Last of the Rings is a better story. It's more interesting and it's more fresh. Whereas Lord of the Rings is very dry and boring. Even though it's a masterpiece, it's very dry and boring. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. Even like the same thing with the God. Even though the Godfather is a masterpiece, the movie can be a little boring. You see what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's a little boring, but it's a masterpiece of a story. Same situation with Lord of the Rings. Because even though the Godfather was a masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the best ones ever made. This trilogy can be a bit boring sometimes. It's a bit boring, a little boring, a little dry and boring, but it's a masterpiece. See what I'm saying here? Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is what is a masterpiece, the books, but it's very dry and boring. But it's still a masterpiece. Even though it's dry and boring, it's still a masterpiece, obviously. Whereas my book is a masterpiece and it's very fresh. The story keeps you hooked. The characters jump on the page. Whereas Lord of the Rings, the characters are very dull and vague. You see what I'm saying? The character development isn't the greatest in Lord of the Rings. The world building is amazing, but the character development isn't the greatest in Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying? Whereas in saying this is the opposite. The details in world building, it's amazing world building, but the details of the world building is very vague. Hence, which is good because it gives John Howe and Alan Lee more freedom for on all these ideas for the lands and the world building. And I'm smart, obviously. Whereas if you're too detailed, you have to follow what's in the book, and it's annoying, obviously. Whereas if you're vague, you can come up with all like I barely describe what the lands look like. I just mention the lands and that's it. It's very vague, hence I can come up with all these ideas for the world building, obviously, which is good, obviously. But the character development in my book is amazing, especially the character development of Tactius, Papyri, and all them. It's amazing, obviously. Eretad is not developed as well in the book, but Tactius is developed very well in the book. The main character, he's developed very well, man. He's an innocent kid. He doesn't know about the Eretad the Woking. He leaves the walls. Why does he leave the walls? I don't want to spoil the story for you. You'll see when you read the book. And he's cocky, you know what I'm saying, arrogant. He looks down on Saladin. You see what I mean when he meets Papyri and Job and all them. The Saladin, you'll see what I mean, obviously. And then when he finds out his destiny, he's more mature and he grows in wisdom. That's why I have good ideas for saying, okay, Peter, I'm thinking something like young Messiah, innocent kid, obviously. He's never been outside the walls. He doesn't know about Eretad Woking, obviously. He leaves the walls, obviously. He's cocky. He looks down on Saladin. He's arrogant, obviously, because he's a northern. And then eventually he finds out his destiny and he's more mature, and you get that mature Takis when he grows his beard. You know what I'm saying? And like the way Jim Caviezel played in Passion of Christ. You know what I'm saying? He was what? You know how he looked for me. Remember when they came to arrest Jesus, and you see him give casual. He was brave. He had that brave look, bold, mature. Yeah, you think of something like that for me in Volume 3. That's my idea for Takis. Oh my God, you're creative. Yes. Hence why I want. Look, Peter. Even though I'm giving you full power, please listen to me when I give you ideas. Take in these ideas, man. I know what I'm doing. I wrote my own story, man. You see what I'm saying here? Because even though Peter Jackson is talented, obviously, I obviously know what's best for my story because I wrote it. You see what I'm saying? I wrote it, but at the same time, even though I could direct my own movie, I don't have that experience. Hence why I'm scared to take on that directing role and be acting. It's too stressing. Hire a director who knows what he's doing. Look, Peter, you directed a masterpiece. There's no excuse. You directed Lord of the Rings. It was good. I want you doing the same thing for my movie. If you do what you did for Lord of the Rings, I'll get a good movie. And you prep yourself, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? And because Peter Jackson read my book, he'll have so many ideas. Yeah, and I have so many ideas for your book, man. Yeah. But there's some ideas that like, for example, let's talk about changes. I told you, okay, Peter, that's why I'm going to plan the whole thing with VJ during the 8 months. That way I'm fully prepped, man. I know, and that way we have ideas for when we write the script through the consequence. Okay, VJ, okay, Peter. In the book, Taki's eyes go blue. In the movie, I don't want his eyes going blue, as it'll look very silly, obviously. Let's have his pupils change color, his eyes change color. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. That way it doesn't look silly, obviously. Aratet's eyes and Fool's eyes glow red. In the book, I'll have his pupils change color, like a demon, right? It changes color. You see what I'm saying? That way it's not silly, obviously. I'll have Aratat and all the wolves, all those wolves, those wolf characters have swords instead of axes. In the scene in Volume 1, Takius and Papyri and Sirius cross a marsh. They cross this marsh, obviously, when they journey to Saphius, obviously. And there's no creatures in the marsh. In the movie, I can have Takius fight. They can meet creatures in the marsh. You have these creatures in the marsh, and Takius fights the creatures. You can do that to make it more interesting. A few changes. Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah. In the book, Takius crosses through the marsh. There's no creatures in the marsh, obviously. Papyri and Sirius when they go to Saphius. Whereas in the movie, you can have these creatures in the marsh, and Takius fights the creatures. You can do that if you want to make it more interesting. See what I'm saying here? If you want. Yeah, Ivan. Yeah. You might be like, no, Ivan. I think it's best if he doesn't fight. No. You don't have to have him fight, but you can have give him some good. We discussed some good ideas in the movie for the movie. You see what I'm saying, huh? Yeah. For example, Nilii, Cornelius' father, the noble, obviously. I don't want to spoil the story for you. There's a scene. He delivers weapons. I don't want to spoil the story for you. He pretty much delivers weapon. He pretty much delivers the. I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll figure out when you do. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. Yeah. Holy shit, I've been creative. Yes, I'm very creative. Hence why when I pay this bullshit fee and I cry my eyes when I suffer death, and I see my wife on the eyes, when we go to Vancouver, once we plan Skysis with George Lucas, I want, during the 8 months we take our vacation, I'm going to plan everything with VJ. VJ, sweetie, I need your help, man. I need, take this stress off me, VJ. I need you to help me. Yes, I will not help you. Okay, every day, let's go over all the scenes in my book. Let's dedicate a good hour a day, and we go over the whole book, man. All the scenes, everything. And we discuss, and me and VJ, we take notes for ideas. That way, when I write my script with Peter Jackson through the meeting, I'm well prepped. I'm not lost. There's nothing worse than co-writing your book and you're fucking lost. You don't even know how you want your book to start. Okay, VJ, this is my idea for the scenes of the beginning of the week. Okay, VJ helps me. And you can hire someone to write the notes all for you. And then me and VJ just VJ will help me, obviously, because I saved her ass. Because VJ can see me now and the crying stopped, obviously, and I suffered death, you know what I'm saying? I suffered that horrific punishment, death. She will listen, she will help me, obviously. Hey, VJ, you're free with me. You're a billionaire, you're a multi-billionaire with me, you know what I'm saying? You can see me now, no more crying. You're the only one in the world who sees the light, obviously, because everyone sees hell. And when you have sex with me, you know what I'm saying? My father does not run away. You can see my father, and I see you, obviously. What? She will help me, obviously. I'll help you, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? She'll help me, obviously. Yeah. VJ, even though it's tempting to just be lazy and just live the life, look, man, I don't want this movie to be terrible, man. Like, look, you're a masterpiece. Yes, man. We need to be prepped. Let's prep, okay, before we even hire a 7 team and we're hard at work in the office co-writing the script and stuff, we need to have everything. We need to have the whole 3 volumes planned, man. Come up with all these ideas that way we're not lost and we have some good ideas when we write our script. You see what I'm saying here? That way, when Peter Jackson co-writes it with me, oh my God, Ivan, you have everything prepped, yeah. But I need you to help me, Peter. I don't want you like when I write sometimes, help me out with the words, help me out. Like you wrote Lord of the Rings, Peter. You had that beautiful dialogue. I want you to help me with a lot of stuff. Help me with the dialogue. Help me with the speech. I've not helped you. Yeah, Peter, help me, man. But you guarantee Peter Jackson and John Favreau, Ivan, you don't need our help, man. You wrote a masterpiece. Yeah, I wrote a masterpiece, but I need your help, man. I need you to help me out with these words, these synonyms, nice, rich speech. Help me out, man. I don't pay you for nothing. I'm gonna find a way to put you to fucking work, man. But I guarantee John Favreau and Dave Filoni will be like, Ivan, you don't need our help, man. Like, you wrote a masterpiece. Yes, I need your help. You wrote Mandalorian. You guys are talented. I need your help. Only help me out like 2 times a week, and the rest of the week you do your business calls, and do your dirty work, and you what, and you work on your what. You look at the reels. As John Favreau and Dave Filoni are gonna be hard at work making those dirty business calls, man. They won't be doing as much work as the 17, but they're still going to be doing dirty work. As I don't pay you a fat bonus for nothing, I'm going to put you to fucking work, man. You're going to have to look at all those reels, yeah. I'll have the assistant director take the load off them, but they're going to have to look at a lot of reels, man. For Zane, because you're looking at hundreds of reels for Zanus, too. Not as much as The Great Escape, because most of my actors are chosen for Zanus, but you're still looking at a lot of reels for Sirius, Eli, Cornelius, Lithius, Baramis, Elizabeth, Mel, Lau, the Eagles, the Crows, Bass, Mass, Eretaf, Fool, Morale. Darius, the blacksmith, yeah, man. Ephesus, yeah, man. You have to look at all those reels, man. All those reels, yeah, man. Eli, yeah. But most of my actors are chosen. All the only main characters who are not chosen are like Eretaf, Fool, and Morale, and Sirius, Cornelius, and Eli. Those are the only major characters who are not chosen. Because all the other major characters are chosen for my movie. And you guys know who you are, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah. And I told you, the money that me and VJ make off our book sales, we never have to work again. We don't even have to put in that work. I'm gonna have this big talk. I'm like, hey VJ, if you don't want to start Scotch Society, I'm cool with that, man. If you want to just live a life with me for 100 years, I'm cool with that. But if we do that, it'll be a bit boring. As if me and VJ just constantly travel all the world and party it up, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy where they're calling. We're living a life, but it's a little boring. Doing it for years, obviously, right? I mean, yeah, we need to work. Yes, it's good to work. It's not good to be lazy. Even billionaires around the world work. We need to work, and there's nothing cool than being a movie star. Hence why I want to put in that work and start Skyfishes, obviously. As you guys know, yeah, we know you're going to start Skyfishes. Yes, I'm going to start Skyfishes, obviously. At the moment I start Sky Source, all the actors in Hollywood are all going to be excited, obviously. They're all going to be sending in their reels. It's going to be crazy, man. Because they want to get out of that Hollywood system, obviously. They want to be saved, mainly, obviously. And they know I can pay them more money on average, obviously. And I gave them their freedom, obviously. And they know they want to be saved. And they know my company is now bigger than all these Hollywood companies. You know, Ivan is doing a $9 million budget movie. Hollywood, you will never do a movie like that. They can't afford it, yeah. On average, big budget movies in Hollywood are $80, $100, $150, $200 million. $200 million for a Hollywood movie is considered a huge budget, man. And yet $200 million from my company is like small. That's like a shitty budget. Very Unique will be the smallest budget out of my movies, and I'm making that for $200 million. 200, I don't know, $70, $80 million. And that's considered small from my company, whereas in Hollywood, that's huge. That's big, man, in Hollywood. Hence why once Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson direct my movie, because they're used to that technology, when they go to Hollywood, it'll feel, oh my God, this is shitty technology. Yeah, because they were used to that unheard of extras, unheard of buffet, extras, 50,000 extras, unheard of technology for CGI. Set building, they were used to that unheard of technology. But then once they go back to Hollywood, and Hollywood gives them that $100 million shitty budget, oh my God, Hollywood is shit compared to Sky Source. Yeah, man. Because Hollywood can't afford to do $700, $900 million budget movies because the CEOs and them don't have the keys. They have to pour like $100 million, $50 million, $30 million towards advertising. That way people can know. Whereas I and Vijay have the keys. And they don't. Me and Vijay don't have to spend a dime on advertising, man. Everything's easy for us. I told you, even though me and VJ have the keys, we have to price our series according to profit. We have to price our series well, obviously. That way we make our profit. And we can't go over $1 billion. Anything over $1 billion, you're now being stupid. I'll never make a movie for more than $1 billion. As $980 million is the highest I'm ever going to go. All my movies after that will be on average $700 million movies. 700, 650, $600 million movies. Let's see. Like the Great Escape movie, I'll make it for about $680 to $700 million. $680 is even enough. $700 million, I can make it for $680 million. $680 million to $700 million, I'll make it for around that range. So even though it's a big budget, it's not as big as Zanus. Zanus will even blow the Great Escape movie out of the water. But the Great Escape movie, you're still looking at unheard technology. That's why Keanu Reeves and all of them are lucky, as they're going to get to experience. Even Keanu Reeves will be shocked. Holy shit, man, Ivan. This blows. I don't know, once the sets are all built in New York and we're filming in Italy, Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson will be like, holy shit, Ivan, this blows Hollywood out of the water. Yeah, man. The Justice League was only made for $300 million. That's unheard of budget. And Ivan's movie's made for like $700 million. He put $250 million towards special effects. I'm pouring $250 million towards special effects for that movie, man. Unheard of car stunts, shooting, fighting, top-notch fighting. Fighting better than James Bond and John Wick. Gunfighting, car chases better than James Bond. Yeah. Unheard of world building. Look, man, put money towards the world building of the organization in Italy, too. You know the Batman movie that came out? That recently, like 2 months ago, you know how you got that amazing dark world? Well, think something like that for the organization world. Except it's in Italy. I'm pouring unheard money towards the world building. Yeah, it looks something amazing. Yeah. Pour money in towards New York. You see what I'm saying? New York, too. I could do a thing where even though me and Vijay are living in New York, you have this like dark, you have that Gotham vibe in New York. You can do that for the movie if you want. Something cool. Yeah. Obviously. You don't have to do that, but you can do it. You know how when you watch Batman, you got that dark world of Gotham? You can do something like that for New York and Italy, yeah. So even though we live in New York, it's like dark. So you can do something like that. Yeah, we don't have to do that, but like I'm gonna put a lot of money towards the world building, the action sequences, and all the fighting for the organization movie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, they are what? They are most likely the lucky chosen, obviously. Whereas the other two are chosen, they're lucky. And if those actors are chosen, they're going to experience that crazy fame. And they're also going to go on that world tour with me and VJ. If we go on that world tour, right? We're going to go on that crazy world tour with me and VJ, obviously. And their expenses are all paid for. Even though those guys can easily afford their own expenses, you can't have them pay. The actors pay. If I have Keanu Reeves them pay, they're going to be pissed off. Like I'm not going to pay like I don't know $200,000 a mile of money. Like you have to pay for them, obviously. Even though they're rich, they can easily afford it. You still have to pay for their traveling expenses, their living, and you don't have your actors paid. They're working for you. They're going to world tour. You have to pay. Look, man. Okay, guys, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? If we get invited on world tour, Sky Source will easily cover the cost for your traveling expenses, your living expenses, and your food. But if Ben Affleck and Keanu Reeves and Paul Bettany want to have a beer with Scarlett Johansson and all of them, son, what? They have to pay with their own money. If you want to get Keanu Reeves, if you want to get your nice clothes, your nice shoes, you know what I'm saying? Ben Affleck, if you want to get some nice clothes for yourself for the interviews, Scarlett Johansson, if you want to get some nice clothes for yourself for the interviews and all that stuff, high chance you're going to go clothes shopping. That's your own money. I'm not paying for you. If you think I want to spoil you completely and have me pay for your clothes and your beer, you got nothing coming. I'm not paying for you. You guys are already fucking rich. You're filthy. You're not as rich as me and VJ, obviously. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys are already fucking rich, I'm not paying for your beer and I'm not paying for your fucking clothes. You want to get your wife, your girlfriend, your kids some nice clothes, that's your own money. But your your traveling expenses and your living, you know what I'm saying? And your limo services and your feeding is paid for. As Keanu Reeves and all of them are going to have a blast, man. They're going to be a part of that crazy world tour with me and VJ, man. Paul Bettany, you guys see footage, you know what I'm talking about, yeah, man. Because for the Gracie movie, you're looking at crazy buzz for that too, man. I and VJ looking for jobs. You have this badass organization going out, sending him out there, they're kicking ass. Yeah, man. Something better than James Bond, man. This is top notch. The reason why the Gracie will have crazy buzz because oh my god, it's so cool seeing Ivan and VJ in the modern times, man. Finally, even though Zane's was an amazing movie, they're in a fantasy world speaking Old English style. Whereas now they're in the modern times and they're secret agents. Yeah, it looks like top notch. It's so cool. It's cooler seeing Iron and VJ in that Great Escape movie, but Zane's is still a better story. and it'll have more buzz. You see what I'm saying? Here? Yeah, just like when you see the Transformers fighting, and you see Shia LaBeouf in the modern times, it's cooler than Lord of the Rings, obviously. But Lord of the Rings is still a better movie trilogy. It's a better story. You see what I'm saying here? It's cooler seeing actors act in the modern times with all, you know what I'm saying, speaking all things, than watching someone in a fantasy world. But the story of Lord of the Rings is better than Transformers. You see what I'm saying here? That's the same situation. Even though Zanus is a better movie, it's a better story, it's cooler seeing Iron Invasion in that Gray Escape movie. Hence why those actors for Zanus are going to beg their ass off, because they want to be in that secret. Yeah, man, I want to be in that secret agent movie with Iron Invasion kicking ass. Yeah, they want to be in that movie, obviously. I want to be one of those couples and kicking ass and being a secret agent. Yeah, but these guys, Avon Jose, John Boyega, Don Cheadle, you know what I'm saying? Danielle and Eric Garner are not good for the Great Escape movie. I can't picture them in that movie. They're not. Yeah, you guys are not good for that movie. The only one who's really, really good for that movie is Idris Elba. I told you, if I cast him for that movie, it's not fair to those what Zanus actors. They're gonna be very, very pissed off, man. It's not fair. You're signing Idris Elba, and we're all gonna be in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying, eating that shittier food, being full commercial, being dirty slaves. You know what I'm saying? And what? And you fucking re-sign him, and he gets all these nice perks. He's gonna be saved for a couple more years, and he gets all these nice perks. It's not fair, yeah. Obviously, Elba will obviously be super happy. He'll be joining for joy. Oh my god, I'm gonna be in the organization. He'll be saved again, but it's not fair to the Zayn's actors, and it's not fair to the Hollywood actors in Hollywood who are saying in the rules. Like, all right, it's not fair that you re-sign him. We give us an opportunity, yeah. I'm saying, what's that guy's name? The guy from what? A Quiet Place. The guy who was in The Office. You guys see what I'm saying? He's good for that Great Escape movie too. You can have him be one of the couples, man, who dies. I forget his name, man. Yeah, you guys know. You can see what I'm saying. Yeah, he's good for the Great Escape movie too. Have him be one of the couples who dies. Obviously, I can see him. He did The Office. He's good for what? He's good for that great. I can picture him as an agent too. He's good too. I don't know his name. I forget his name. What's his name again? I forget. Yeah, the guy from A Quiet Place. You guys see what I'm saying? Yeah, he's good for the Gracie movie too. He's a smaller A, so he's worth I don't know. He's worth like $30 million, whatever it is, $40 million. Pay him I don't know, $13 million for the role. It's a good deal. 12.5, $13 million. He's really good for the movie too. Henry Cavill's good too, but I told you, I don't know who I'm choosing, man. If Henry Cavill were in my movie, I'd pay him like $13 million. I don't know, $14 million, $13 million. He's worth $40 million. Pay him $14 million for the role, Henry Cavill. But I told you, I don't know who I'm choosing. I'm not saying that guy from The Office or Quiet Place. He's really, really good for that Great Escape movie, man. You guys can see what I'm saying. I'm saying he's good for that Great Escape movie. You can have him be one of the couples who dies. So he'll be a major character, training with me in regional and stuff. He's married, and then he finds out the company's there, and he ends up getting killed, obviously. I'm gonna tell Ben Affleck, Keanu Reeves, look, man. I'm gonna tell Keanu Reeves, look, man. The performance you got, that amazing performance you got from John Wick, I want you doubling that performance. Keanu Reeves, like, don't worry about it. Keanu Reeves destroys the role. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell Ben Affleck, look, man, that amazing performance I got from Justice League. You know what I'm saying? I want you doubling the performance for my Gracie movie as the big boss. Yeah, don't worry about it. And Ben Affleck destroys the role. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell Scott Johansson, look, man, that performance that you got from the Marvel as Black Widow, I want you doubling that performance for my movie, and she destroys the role. Yeah, all three of them destroy the role. Paul Bettany destroys the role, and they're all going to work harder for me because I'm paying them more money than Hollywood on average. As I told you, most Hollywood, even big A-listers in Hollywood on average get like $10 million per movie, man. And that's how much I'm paying small A-listers. Because I paid Paul Bettany his rich $11.5 million, and I spoiled him. He got his commercial money, the poster sales. They're gonna work hard. They're gonna work harder for me than what they even Hollywood. I gave them their freedom. Because I gave these actors their freedom, they're going to work. Even Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson, Keanu Reeves, are going to work harder for me. You're looking at unheard of acting from those actors. I don't know. You're going to see Keanu Reeves. You're going to compare Keanu Reeves in my movie. You compare him to John Wick. Like, holy shit. Keanu Reeves poured his heart and soul into this movie. Yeah. Ben Affleck poured his heart and soul into the movie as the big boss. Yeah, you see him evil. You see Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson evil. They're fucking badass fighters. Yeah. So to give them a lot of scenes, you build it up. Okay, you have the company gets killed. You see Keanu Reeves and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Ben Affleck's like, kill them. And the couple gets killed. We're going to get a search going. You see Keanu Reeves talking, Scarlett Johansson talking. We'll train the recruits. You see Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson. We'll train the recruits. You know what I'm saying? And Ben Affleck said, I'm gonna throw in an Easter egg. Ben Affleck says, get a search going. And you have this advanced machine. You see Paul Bettany, I'll scout the New York region. And he scouts the New York region. That's how he ends up finding me and VJ, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. So I have an idea. When me and VJ look for jobs, obviously, and I'm mad and pissed off. Paul Bettany is on his he's on the phone. He's talking to Ben Affleck and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like, did you find any recruits? Like, no, not yet. And I'm saying, and then like but you can have Paul Bettany. You have some scenes with Paul Bettany with the build up, obviously, and you have a scene to me. I'm frustrated. I'm yelling. I can't find jobs, and Paul Bettany's like, wait a minute. I think I might have found two right candidates. You know, say something like that. Yeah. Oh my God, you're creative. Yes, that's my idea, obviously. Hence why for the greatest movie, me and VJ are really gonna have to plan the whole story because we're writing everything from scratch, man. Okay, VJ, this is my idea for the story. The beginning of the story is us. We can't find job. Okay, the couple they're on the run. They get killed. Ben Affleck kills. Sends out Manhattan. They get killed. Obviously, you get transfers to New York. You get the credits. Transfers to me in employment. So I'm frustrated. I can't find jobs. The build up, we can't find jobs. We go to all these interviews. We don't get the job. Obviously, we go to the bar, and then Ben Affleck and then Paul Bettany is sitting at the bar. He's curious. Oh my God, these two look like cans. And he bribes us. Obviously, we end up taking a job. In the middle of the movie is us training the company. Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson train us. Ben Affleck's like, welcome guys to our organizational company. Holy shit, this is cool. I'm saying we get trained with the other couples, obviously. And then the second half of the movie, the couple's like, oh my God, people go missing, and the couples end up dying, and me and VJ are on the run, and we're kicking ass. That's the third act. And me and VJ are going to have to plan the whole thing. This is my idea, VJ. Okay, Ivan, let's plan it. So when we take our 8 months off, VJ, let's take our 8 months off, enjoy ourselves, and Zen. But we need to plan the story, that way we're not lost. And I'm going to hire the best CIA experts in the world. They're going to explain to me how the whole CIA organization works. That way we can build the world of the organization. And Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Ryan Coogler, whoever's hired, they'll be helping me build that world, obviously. And when I write my script, I'm going to have the CIA experts with me to consult, to help me out, man. Okay, CIA is very complicated. I need you guys with me. I will help you. Yes, that way you get a good script. I want scripts on the same level as James Bond. Hence why me and VJ are going to have to study that James Bond script. That way we have something like this for our script. See what I'm saying? We study it. That we know how to get some good ideas, and we hire CX that we're all prepped and you get a good movie. And you're looking at an amazing movie, as you guys, I'm a fucking creative genius. You guys know how, if we know how great your greatest movie, yes, you know how great my greatest movie will be. You're looking at an amazing movie. Yeah, man. Yeah. And you're going to see Keanu Reeves and Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson destroy the role, man. Because I paid them a lot of money and I gave them their freedom and I spoiled them. I spoiled them with all these perks, luxury buffet, hence they're going to work harder for me, obviously. And the greatest movie isn't that much work. You're only looking at like 4 months of filming. And so I'm paying you a rich fucking salary, and you're only filming for 4 months. Slack work, man. Film for 4 months, you get your nice check. We go on that world tour, yeah. Because after Zanus, all my other movies is slack work, man. Because it only take me like 3 months to write, 2-3 months to write the Great Escape script. Only looking at a 4-hour movie, a 180-page script, I'm done. Write a nice 180-page script, I'm done after that. And towards the end of the first year, I'll start flying in all the actors. Paul Bettany, Keanu Reeves, I'll fly in all those guys the first year. And they're going to sign that big contract. And then within like halfway the second year, we start training. And early the third year, we start filming. And all my movies after Zanus are only 2.5 years long, man. Short projects, where Zanus is like 5 years. It's a big, big project. That's why after Zanus, I am never doing a movie like that ever again. Look, man, VJ, after we film Zanus, I am never doing this kind of movie ever again. As 9 months, 5 years is fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy, obviously. Yeah. 5 years is fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy work. I see what you're saying. Yes, man. 5 years is fucking crazy, man. It's crazy, crazy work, man. But you're going to see Ben Affleck. If you thought Ben Affleck's acting in Justice League was good, you're looking at acting twice that, because I paid him more money. As I heard, for Justice League, he probably only got like $10 million, $12 million, and yet he acted his ass off. Well, I'm paying him $36 million, and so work hard for me. And I spoiled him. He got his commercial money. He got $1.5 million for his posters, and so work hard. Or work harder, obviously, right? And even guys like Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson and Keanu Reeves and Paul Bettany, they're gonna beg too, man. After going on that world tour with me and VJ all over the world, getting all these nice perks, expenses all paid for, feeding, buffet, staying at nice hotels, they're gonna beg their ass. So Ivan, man, you're looking at like a $10,000, $20,000 fan, 10, 20,000, 20,000 fans for the venue. They're gonna beg, Ivan, please, man, can I be in your Very Unique movie, man? I'm like, look, Keanu Reeves, Ben Affleck, Paul Bettany, you're good for saying for Great Escape, but you're not good for Very Unique. You're not good. Look, man, I can't picture you guys. You guys are not good at all for their unique. Oh my god, you're not good for their unique. Ivan, please, man, I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I want back. If I go back to Hollywood, I'm gonna get served that shitty ass food, get flown commercial. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on that meaningless tour. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm gonna make a lot of money on the side attention, no one gives a shit. It feels like as if no one gives a shit about my movies. Please, Ivan, I want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? The reason why even these big A actors are gonna beg because okay, how can we get Ivan to save us? Let's be desperate and beg our asses off, and hopefully Ivan and Vijay can show compassion. They'll resign us. You see what I'm saying here? But even then, I'm not super. Look, Vijay's like, no, guys, I'm not resigning. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see Vijay. No, Keanu, I'm not resigning. You know what I'm saying? Some of them might even cry, man, because they just experienced that international fame with Ivan Vijay and they were saved. You see what I'm saying? They just experienced that international fame with Ivan Vijay and they were saved, man. Hence why they're gonna cry. They're gonna cry, man. Well, they're probably not gonna cry, but hence why they're gonna beg. They're gonna beg. But some of them might even cry. Paul Bettany might cry. Keanu Reeves might cry. Scarlett Johansson might cry. Ben Affleck might cry because they just experienced that international fame, that world tour, the luxury hotel party, the red carpet event, the crazy fans, worldwide fans going crazy, all of Vancouver going crazy, all the whole world going crazy about that Great Escape movie. They're never gonna get that fame in Hollywood. They know, even though I'm obsessed with careers in Hollywood, we can easily get roles. We're gonna get paid a lot of money. Our career, we're the side attention, and our careers feel meaningless. Yeah. Because fame without Ivan and Vijay feels meaningless and worthless. If you're not a part of God's fame, even when you're famous in Hollywood, your career feels worthless and meaningless. So even though Keanu Reeves in Hollywood, and that's the same, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't get any bigger than those guys. As Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck are already A-list actors, they're big A-list actors. They don't struggle getting roles. They know I know I can easily get roles in Hollywood, but man, if I go back to Hollywood, I'm in a side tension. I'm making good money, but I'm a dirty slave. I'm getting served that shitty food. I'm getting flown commercial. My world tour feels meaningless. Hollywood's fucking cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have me flown commercial. They're gonna serve me shitty food. I'm gonna go back to being a dirty slave. Even though I make a lot of money, my movies are side tension. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Keanu Reeves and all of them are doing their movies in Hollywood after the Great Escape. After the Great Escape movie, obviously. And they see that Very Unique trailer drop and they feel like shit. Yeah, I wish I was in that romance story with Ivan Vijay. Yeah, but they're not good for the movie. I'm gonna shut my cap here.